Okay, teachers, let's just jump right into this one. We have all been there, right? You're so ready to kick off an amazing video project. You get the Chromebooks fired up, and nothing. The camera is blocked. It's one of those moments of pure classroom frustration. But what if I told you the fix is usually way simpler than you think? Let's break it all down.
Oh man, this right here, this is the nightmare scenario. It's that sinking feeling you get when your perfectly planned lesson just slams into a technical brick wall. There's no error message that makes any sense, no obvious button to press, and now you've got a whole room full of students just kind of staring at you. Look, it's not just you. This happens all the time.
So let's get out of that frustration zone and get some real answers. To solve this thing quickly, we first have to understand what's actually happening behind that little black lens when it just decides to quit on you.
And this is the question that sends us all down that troubleshooting rabbit hole, isn't it? Your mind just starts racing. Did a student drop it? Is it some kind of software bug? Did I forget to check a box somewhere in the settings? We're going to clear this up right now, because I'm telling you the answer is almost always something else entirely.
And this is that something else. The crucial thing to get is that the camera isn't off by accident. A lot of the time, it's off by design. It's being controlled from a central command center that you probably never even see. Let's just call it the school's master control.
This right here is the key concept, central device management. So what does that really mean? It means your IT department can push out a policy that turns off every single camera in the entire school with just a few clicks. They don't even need the device in their hands. It's a really powerful tool for them, and it's the main reason your frantic troubleshooting often goes nowhere.
Now, these blocks aren't just random. Your IT team has very real, very legitimate reasons for doing this. They might kill the cameras during state testing to keep things secure. Or maybe there's a policy to keep them off for the younger grade levels to protect student privacy. So you see, it's not a bug, it's actually a feature of managing devices across the whole school.
Okay, so the big question is, how can you know for sure if you're dealing with one of these policy blocks? Let's go through a super simple checklist that'll help you diagnose this in, like, under a minute, without ever having to call for help.
This is your cheat sheet. Okay, first red flag. The camera is blocked on every single website, not just one. That's a huge clue. Another one, it worked perfectly yesterday, and all of a sudden, today it doesn't. That points to a policy change. But the biggest giveaway of all? When several devices, or maybe the whole cart, all have the exact same problem at the exact same time. That's almost never a hardware issue. That's a policy for sure.
All right, so you've used a checklist and you're pretty sure it's a policy block. Fantastic. You can stop pulling your hair out, forget all that random troubleshooting. Here is the only three-step process you need to follow to get this fixed fast.
First, always do a quick check of the browser permissions. Just click that little lock icon up in the address bar. Sometimes it really is just a simple site setting you can change to Allow. If that doesn't work, move on to step 2. Submit one clear, specific IT ticket. Tell them what you need, for what device, and for which project. And finally, the pro move, plan ahead. Try to give IT at least a day's notice, because unblocking a camera might actually require an administrator's approval on their end.
Now that we know the right way to handle this, it's just as important, maybe even more important, to know what not to do. Following these common but totally wrong steps is what wastes the most class time. Let's just call it the troubleshooting trap.
And this just shows the difference perfectly. It's night and day. A vague ticket like, camera is broken, sends IT down a long hardware repair path, and that causes huge delays. But a really specific ticket like, I need the camera enabled for a video project on this date, tells them exactly which policy they need to adjust. The right words get you a fast fix. Okay, this one is huge. Please, whatever you do, do not power wash or factory reset the Chromebook. All that does is erase the student's local files. The IT policy is stored in the cloud, and it will just get reapplied the second the device restarts. So you lose all the student's work, and the camera is still blocked.
And another thing, resist that urge to find some kind of workaround app. No browser extension or third-party camera app can get around a system-level policy that IT has pushed out. At best, it just won't work. At worst, it could actually flag the device as non-compliant and cause even more problems for you down the line.
And if you're wondering just how bad the troubleshooting trap can get, let me tell you about this real-world example. A teacher was absolutely convinced that an entire cart of Chromebook cameras was physically broken. They submitted 24 separate hardware tickets and spent a ton of time swapping out every single device.
all for a problem that wasn't even there. And what was the cost of all that? 2 full days. Just think about that. 2 entire days of lost instructional time for what was supposed to be a week-long project, completely gone. And all of it could have been saved with one single, well-written IT ticket submitted a day in advance. This is why knowing the right process matters so much.
Okay, I know we've covered a lot, but if you remember only one single thing from all of this, I want it to be what's coming up next. This is your new go-to move.
Here it is. From now on, just assume it's a policy, not a broken part. First, do that super quick browser check. Just click the little lock icon. If that doesn't fix it, your next and only step is to file one clear ticket with IT. That's it. That's the entire workflow.
And I'll just leave you with this question to think about. After seeing how a simple misunderstanding can spiral into days of delays, just imagine how much smoother your lessons could be. Starting with the right step isn't just a tech tip, it's a strategy for reclaiming your valuable class time.